Friday night. I want to cook something in the oven, but I don't want to heat up the house. And I've got perfectly good SilverFire Super Dragon. But tonight we're going to try it with the old school Coleman folding stove. This thing folds down to about that thick and then that dimension. It's great. But we'll work on the SilverFire. The beauty, the Super Dragon. The beauty of the Super Dragon is you don't need a gap down below, so it can sit flat on top because it's it gets all its air from the bottom, and it's got a fan which helps stoke the fire. The curious part is going to be heat control. Never know until you try. So then we're going to cook some corn on the cob on the SilverFire Survivor in a cast iron skillet or pan, whatever. Anyways, let's get to it. Let's take a look at getting the fire going. First things first. With the Super Dragon, you get this, I forget what it's called. I call it intensifier. That fits right over the bigger opening, which creates a more direct heat for if you want to boil something very fast. That's what you're going to want to use. We don't want that for this application. So, let's get this thing started. You want to load it in a circular motion using your biggest heat source on the bottom, working up to smaller. So we're using just some 2x6 plank that I chopped down. I'm going to throw that down in there like so. Since we are doing baked potatoes, we're going to want this to last a little while. So let's get those in there. Like so. And we're going to go down to a little bit smaller stuff here. Too much. And even a little bit smaller than that, which we will break some of this in half. Well, of course. Set that just like so. And then we should be good. Okay, it is muggy as hell out here today. Alright, now you can start this with paper. Jane likes to use old corn husks and stuff like that. I have dozens of these around. I always keep because it's just great for starting fires, and it's basically just dryer lint soaked in alcohol. So we're going to throw one, get a little bit more in there. Like so. Then another cue of this: you don't want to start your fan until the fire is established. Okay, so let's get this going. Booyah! That's what I love about this stuff. It kind of stinks burning hair, but it does the job and it does it very well. Okay. We're going to let that burn down, get a good established fire before we throw the oven on it and get the potatoes in. The potatoes are going to take longer to cook, and I'll show you that part. Matter of fact, I'll show you that while this fire gets established. We'll be right back. So let's see what we got going on here. We went down to the store today, Safeway, and first thing we found were these boneless country-style pork spare ribs. Beautiful ribs. I love these things. We picked up a garlic, let's see, what was it? A ginger garlic teriyaki marinade sauce. They've been in there for maybe an hour, something like that. We're going to cook them in their own juices, or in the marinade, to make sure that they remain moist and nice. So just dump those down in there. Hopefully without knocking any out. There we go. Okay, so that is what that looks like. Of course, I didn't bring my tongs out yet. This piece of wood will work just fine. Let's get them all evenly down in there, and you see what we're working with. That looks good. That'll go in there once that's preheated. Then we got couple taters. One's a standard potato, the other is a sweet potato. I like sweet potatoes. Cat one, the regular one. Then in this pan, we just got 3 of them little corn on the cob niblets. Those will be the last thing we cook. So let's take a look at the fire, see what we got going on over here. It is good and established. Let's go ahead and throw it on the ignition phase. Oh yeah. Now it's kicking up. Okay. Next, we're going to wait until the big stuff starts catching, and then we'll throw it onto the cook stage and throw the oven on it. Get it preheated. So okay, it's rocking. Really doesn't take that long to get set. Now what you want to do now is put it on normal combustion, which is all the way counterclockwise. And we're going to throw our oven on top, and then we're just going to let that get preheated. But we're going to go ahead and throw the taters in since they take a lot longer. Let's open that up. Get one on each side. That closed. Now we sit back, wait for it to get up to a good temp, and if need be, if it starts getting too warm, I'm just going to shut the fan off. What that'll do is let start the coals start to just turn into coals. It should cool down a little bit. Starts cooling down too much, just kick it back up to the charcoal burner to reignite it, then drop it back down to normal combustion. Bring it back up to heat. Okay, we're back. We're literally only about 5 minutes into it. We're already at 350. I think I'm going to let it run at that for about another 15 minutes, and then I'll throw in the ribs. The taters got to get done, and they got to get done right, and I don't want to overcook the ribs. Even though the beauty of cooking the ribs in the sauce is that they can sit in there and they'll remain moist a lot longer and gain a lot more of that flavor within them, but you still want that meat flavor. Okay, so went inside, gave it a good 10-15 minutes, if even that long, maybe closer to 10. Got on and checked out YouTube and such and came back out, and we were pushing 475. I mean, this thing gets hot. So now what we're trying, and like I said, it's the first time I've tried it. I've never even heard Todd talk about, Todd's the designer of these things, talk about using an oven on it. So it might not even be recommended. I don't know, but if I can make it work, we're going to let it work. Basically now what I've done, I've shut off the fan. We're going to see if the coals themselves, it looks like it is starting to slowly drop temperature. That's a good thing, because we can always kick it back up if we need to. So let's see what it does. I'll get back to you guys here in a few. Okay, sure enough, I haven't even put a dent in the drink I was drinking when I last left you, and we're down to probably about 410. So at this point we're going to go ahead and open it up and put our ribs in. And all I've done with the ribs is put some tinfoil on them. So let's check it out. Handle. So what's nice about these things, even the handle doesn't even get that hot. But 450 degrees, I know that's hot. And that fits perfectly in there. Really want to show you guys this. But then I got to reset up the camera angle, and I've got the camera set up on a pallet and all sorts of crap. So, okay, so it's now 10 after 4. We're just going to let it go. I've got a feeling I may need to babysit it a little bit. If it drops down to 300, then I'm going to kick it on, get that flame up, jump it back up to 450, and just keep rocking it back and forth. Maybe, maybe not. We might be able to make this work. I'll let you know. Okay guys, we're looking good. We're hanging at a good tight 350 to 400. I'm sure this is not designed to be used with an oven, but if you babysit it, and you don't have to babysit it quite as much as you do like the Survivor, pushing wood in, stuff like that, but you're going to have to, when it starts getting a little bit too hot, kill the fan. Then when it drops down, put the fan back on, it reignites, you're good to go. It's working good, but you just got to watch it. So let's get the corn going. Let's get fire started in the Survivor. We'll see how that works out. Now I've got some little tiny stuff here. I'm going to set that down. I like to put it and kind of crisscross it so it's got a little bit more airspace between all the wood. And then you toss a little bit more, or a little bit of crusty of that in there. And of course I went way in the back, so we just got to push the wood in a little bit farther. This should take off right away. And there she goes. Alright, now once this stuff gets going, then we're going to start tossing in the bigger chunks of wood. The beauty of this one is we can go ahead and get the corn on there right now. Work just fine. Still getting plenty of air around it. And wood back in there so it gets started. Where that piece of lint was. A little bigger wood in there. Now, with the Survivor, you got to make sure you're on a fire-safe surface. Okay. Don't be a Paula and start your table on fire. Just playing with you, girl. All right. Let's get that rocking. And we should be good. I've got probably, I'd say 2 to 3 cups of water in there with my 3 little niblets of corn on the cob. Temperature's hanging good right now. We've got it on the normal combustion mode, which is the normal mode you want to cook with. And we should be alright. So I am going to let this get to a good boil, good rolling boil, and then I think I should have it timed out right to where we'll be good. I'll bring it back and see how it turned out. Plate it up, tear up the meat, see how it turned out, and old Cat will come out and give it a taste test. See guys, so far so good. SilverFires. Thumbs up. Alright, we're done, y'all. Let's give this a check out. So, got a couple plates here. Mama's gonna give it a taste as well. Let's first off, turn that off. Get this opened up and get our meat out. We can do this without burning the shit out of myself. Oh, that smells good. Oh yeah. There's that. And we got 2 taters. Let's see, are they done? Oh yeah. Nice. Taters got done. That's got to be the sweet tater there. This thing is awesome. I'm really impressed with using it with a stove or an oven. You do have to babysit it, but it works. So let's get this aluminum foil off. I'm trying to keep you guys in view here, which is the worm. Oh yeah, it's pulling away from the bone and everything. All right. I thought these were boneless, but they're not. But they were 50% off, so it was great. Look at that hunk of meat.
Hunky like you.
It's what?
Hunky like you.
You're silly. That deserves a drink. See how tender it is. Look at that. Just kind of falls apart. That's beautiful. Want to taste? That one's who's ever. I want to taste too. It's gonna be warm. That came out good, didn't it?
Hot.
Very hot. Alright, there's our other one. Ooh, that one's fun. Alright, pretty sure it's done. It's moist. It rocks. Yep, that's mine. Sweet tater. I can tell by the mushiness. This one's hers. No, that's not hot at all. It's not burning me whatsoever. Damn, that's hot.
I had a big tater.
Jeez, woman. Alright, now check. See if those are done.
Oh, yeah.
Here's how I tell if a tater is done. Once you put a slice down the middle, grab your chin and skish. And if it comes apart, perfect tater. Mine, oh, I love sweet taters. Love sweet taters. Skish, perfection. Alright, now we'll do up the butter and all that stuff off camera. You guys know how to do all that, but now we got, you just wanted one corn.
Just one.
I wanted two.
Oh, we got bees now.
And there we go, y'all.
I'm hungry.
SilverFire, Super Dragon, rocks with an oven. Go figure. I'm happy. Wait for the next one. I've got a really cool surprise in mind. Talk to y'all later.